Do you ever wish you could get more out of yourself and do it predictably? I mean, there are times when you can really make progress, get things together and get things done. And then other times things just sort of drift and you just can't really make yourself go. I'm Charles Burke, and I help people make themselves do better, get more out of themselves, and achieve more. Back when I was about 9 years old, which is a long time ago now, I lived with my grandparents for a year. And a lot of times I would go with my granddaddy into town. We lived on a little farm about 5 miles out of town, but he had a plumbing shop in town. And I'd ride with him a lot of times to jobs to put in bids. And we had a great time talking. Most of the time he was too busy, but those times were really special to me. I remember we were driving along one day and there was a cornfield out there. A lot of cornfields in Georgia. But this one, I looked at it and I asked Granddaddy, how come the corn at the edge of the field doesn't grow as tall as the corn in the middle of the field, Granddaddy? And he looked out at the corn. He said, well, son, you know, the corn that grows on the edge of the field, it has it easy. The corn out in the middle, the stalks are all close together and cram packed together. And so if they're going to get enough sun and wind and rain, they're going to have to grow tall to keep up with the others. They compete harder. The ones at the edge, they got one side that's all clear. They got fresh air, sunshine. They got everything they need on one side. And so they just don't have to try as hard and they don't grow as tall. Well, you know, that story has stuck with me a long time, many, many years. And now when I see people who just can't seem to get themselves moving, sometimes I wonder, are they the corn that's growing at the edge of the field? Are they people who don't really expose themselves to criticism? Are they people who don't expose themselves to a little competition, a little bit of extra effort to keep up with other people? There are people like that, people who automatically assume that, well, I can't keep up. There's no use trying. Or, I got it easy enough. I think I'll just take it easy. I'll coast, relax. I got everything I need. But the people who are in groups that all are doing much the same thing seem to try a little harder. They push themselves a little harder. If you've got one man running a race and nobody else, he may or may not run as fastest. But if you've got a marathon and you've got 1,000 people running, there are going to be people, most of them, who push themselves a little harder, a little faster, a little stronger, just to try and keep up with the group. Group effort is a wonderful thing because it does encourage people to try harder, to do more. It's not that they're trying to prove themselves better than anybody else. They just don't want to show up worse than anybody else. This works great. And so if you have been having a hard time getting more out of yourself, get with a group of people who are all doing the same thing. Join a club, join an association if it's professional, but get with the people who are doing more so that you also will probably do more. I'm Charles Burke, And I help people get more out of themselves, help them do more when they want more to do.